We got to put the engine mounts on. I'm going to go ahead and include the engine mounts in this. It's not really an install or a tutorial. It's just more of a vlog, what we're doing to work on the car. And I don't really have much to do besides just replace the engine mounts today, fix the camber, which it's maxed out, which will be easy to do, switch the wheels out, and what else do we have? Check all the fluid and stuff. And then I'm doing it now instead of doing it at 2 a.m. in the morning the day of the race, so I'm getting smarter. Anyways, let's go ahead and cut this and let me finish cleaning up and get the car jacked up, and we'll take a look underneath. All right, so I have not done motor mounts in a while. I mean, of course, I've on both of them and stuff like that to take motors out, but I have not replaced them or messed with them without taking the motor out. So let us take a look here real quick. Motor mounts are right here on this side and this side, right above the sway bar. As far as width to tell where they are, follow your headers to where they connect to the motor, and then go maybe 3 inches back, and then look above the sway bar, and there they are. It looks like they actually might be 14s. Going to swap the 12 on to the impact. Get these off. All right, you got about 3, 5, 7, 9 bolts holding on the cross member brace, or I guess you can call it shield. So for this last one, you want to be out of the way. I have the circular type that have, let me just show you. We're gonna make it work. We got enough spare motors here. I can steal some engine mounts. But what I have is that right there. So see that mount in the middle of the shot? That's not a mount, it's attached to the engine mount. Well, I'm saying it's all one piece, and it's circular, and they're kind of worn out. Well, they should be all worn out because with the new clutch that grabs so hard, it lets the motor move way too much, and it thuds. So the hole should be the same as this. And let's get this. What I have is these, the new ones, the OEM ones. I didn't have time to order the Group N ones and overnight them. OEM ones we'll do now, then we can make a video on how it feels when you upgrade to Group N, which is the common popular upgrade. Basically, we just take this bracket, and then we'll be able to use this. This is an EJ25, so it will work. Let's get this engine mount out, and we will switch them. All right, so we are just going to verify fitment. These are smaller, but it looks like they will work. Let's zap these off and make sure. All right, line this up. Correct orientation. That looks right. Yep. All right, now we're just gonna clean these before we switch them over. All right, we got them all cleaned up. Grab a towel so I can dry them off a little bit. Much better. I mainly do this because, well, it's nice, but if there's ever any leaks or anything, you know, it's not old leaks or old fluid, so it takes extra time. I could have had all this already in, but having this clean is worth so much more to me. And these are zinc, so I wish I did have one because they'd be so pretty if they were, but that is much better than what it was. Loosen the dog bone behind the intercooler, but we will see what we can do keeping this. Screwing this, And taking the dog bone out in the front just lets the engine move up and down. So this is the rear of the vehicle. This is the front. This is the L for left side of this bracket. It's kind of confusing, and it's a pain in the butt. And if you have it backwards, this won't line up right here. If you have it backward, this won't line up. So for example, if you had it on wrong, it's not flush and it just doesn't work. So for once, asymmetrical design for the win. Can only fit one way. And you can try and put it in backwards this way, but it won't work. So these are different angles. So one way can go in, and this is the correct way. You'll see on this side, right here, right there. So I think I just found the culprit for why it's bucking a lot. If you can see, this is an obvious crack. And even with just my hands, let alone the whole torque of the vehicle and the motor, I bet you it's just going wah, ba, 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 ba. Not the cool kind, but that's why it's moving. This is letting it. So block style, brand new, clean brackets, clean-ish bolts. Put a dab of high strength removable thread lock right up here, just a little bit. Get these off. So you don't change these very often. Another plus to using zinc hardware is when you do try and get them off, they shouldn't be rusted to it, rust welded. But we do live in West Texas, so it's pretty dry here. I say it's usually always actually just go back a little bit. Here, oil pan right here, header right here. You can see you got a bolt right there. There's the motor mount, and there's another one right past that. And if I can get it just right, there it is right there. Passenger side motor mount, they're bad. So that's probably where all the buckings. I cannot wait to drive it now because I'm so excited to go from this cracked motor mounts that I've never replaced to brand new ones. So, and these are O'Reilly ones, so they're about 40 bucks each. So this would be a good test because, you know, let me get the camera on me. The O'Reilly ones were 40 a piece, and group ends are like 180, plus they're back ordered right now. They would be here for a few weeks, couldn't wait. O'Reilly's they had it to me the next day, which was about 9:30 this morning. So I'm about to get the new ones on, the O'Reilly's motor mounts, which are OEM style. And I'm basically, I'm dirty. I'm really excited. Apparently I've been driving on busted motor mounts as long as I've had the car, so I don't know what it feels like with good motor mounts. I would do solid if it didn't suck. Reagan's had solid motor mounts before, and we switched them out like 2 months later. He couldn't stand it, so much noise, vibration and handling, or NVH. It wasn't tolerable, and he was daily driving the vehicle. Even if you weren't and it was on track, it's too, I guess it can be distracting. It was pretty noisy and shaky when he had those in. Same thing for the trans mounts. I really wouldn't do those unless, I don't know, you don't want any flex in your drivetrain. Group ends the way to go, the best of both worlds. I think they're 100% stiffer than stock, which these are from a 205, but same design. But I'm really excited to get the wheels on and everything, finish all this up, get the dash in, go for a drive. I bet you it's gonna feel like another level of new car. I know I've already said this week because we just got the 6-speed in, but I am really excited. So let's hurry up. This is not really a tutorial of how to do this. This is just how I did it. Jacked it up until it started picking the car up. That's kind of maxed out your height. Put a block between the engine, kind of take place of the motor mount, but do it to the side so you have room to work, and just replace them. Then drop it, put all your nuts back in. Of course, you do have to take off like the cross member brace and take off the those like C-style brackets for the sway bar. You don't have to take the sway bar off. You just swing it out of the way towards the back of the vehicle. Of course, the reverse of all that, and then just the intercooler and dog bone back on, and then you're done. So that might actually be the first start of the video. So I can't wait to drive it. Those motor mounts are really old, and if you don't know already, motor mounts, transmission mounts, they really can make a difference in how the car feels and how it shifts. So I'm excited. Like, subscribe, and comment if you got something to say. Ask us questions. We love helping people out. So good night. See you at the race tomorrow.
I don't need friends. Get to the money cause you know I gotta win. Living in the booth, I ain't even gonna pretend. Started with $1 and a dream at the end of the day. Like I said, man, I don't need friends. Get to the money cause you know I gotta win. Living in the booth.